Hello there and welcome to New Heights Wrestling. I am Jeannie Gem, and today we have a monumental rematch for the New Heights Wrestling Heavyweight Championship as current reigning champion Mr. Handle That Mike Facen takes on his former best friend, the Atomic Playboy AJ Strokes. AJ Strokes has vowed to be relentless against Mike Facen until that New Heights Wrestling Heavyweight Championship is back around his waist. And now you can hear from the man himself as we head to the locker room and hear from the challenger, AJ Strokes.
Freeport, Florida, Mike Facen. After the last show in December, the 14th anniversary, you beat the living hell out of me, son. But even with you beating the living hell out of me, I beat myself at the end. I put myself through the table. I was this close from still keeping my heavyweight championship, but I made the mistake. So I'm here tonight to make up for my mistake and get what's right and my belt around my waist.
AJ Strokes is fired up and ready for his heavyweight championship rematch. He is not going to back down from this challenge. But also not one to back down from a challenge is our current heavyweight champion, Mike Facen. And he is ready to battle anyone, including AJ, to the bitter end to keep his coveted title. These men have been fighting each other for months over this precious title. And before we can get to the action, let's first hear from our two-time New Heights Wrestling heavyweight champion, Mr. Handle That, Mike Facen.
AJ Strokes, last time me and you met in the Funiac, I beat your butt all around the ring. Tonight, you want to meet me in Freeport for the belt? I'm gonna show you why they call me Mr. Handle That. I'll see you in the ring.
Thanks to our New Heights Wrestling camera crew, we were able to hear from both of these amazing competitors before this huge championship match. The last time these two men faced off, it was in a no disqualification match at our 14th anniversary event. This time, there will be a lot more structure as it is a singles match, and there will be no telling who will walk away the winner. So let's get down to the action and watch this New Heights Wrestling Heavyweight Championship be decided between Mr. Handle That Mike Facen as he takes on the Atomic Playboy AJ Strokes. Let's go to you guys at ringside.
Thank you, Jeannie. We have our main event of the Bulldog Bash, the New Heights Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. Mr. Handle That Mike Facen defending against the Atomic Playboy AJ Strokes.
And I'm the man called Dave, and that's producer Joe, and we're from the Working Fans Podcast, and we're going to be your commentators tonight for this main event for the New Heights Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. Joe, this should be a good one.
Definitely. We are here in the Freeport High Gymnasium in Freeport, Florida, and the Atomic Playboy, the first to make it to the ring, not taking responsibility for his loss, I don't feel, at 14th anniversary, but as we have seen since AJ Strokes won that heavyweight championship, there's been a change in attitude. It's what caused the split between him and former friend, Mr. Handle That, Mike Facen.
Change in attitude, you know, sometimes that's what it's needed, though, if you want to take your career to that next level and you want to be a champion. And there's no higher goal here at New Heights Wrestling than being the New Heights Wrestling Heavyweight Champion.
Yes, this is former friends becoming what seem to become bitter enemies, and will AJ get the revenge for losing that title that he has claimed? Now, this is a big fight feel. AJ Strokes can't wait for Mike Facen to get to the ring. I can't wait for Mike Facen to get to the ring. This is a huge title match.
And Mr. Handle That. Second time we've got to see Mike. Very impressive. You can see why he's the heavyweight champion for this company. And he's got the confidence, and he carries himself like a top athlete.
You can hear the crowd behind him, slapping hands with fans at ringside. Will he be ready when it's time to step inside those ropes?
Oh, I think he's definitely going to be ready. He's focused. even though he's slapping 5 right now with his people, he loves the fans. You can tell he wants to get in that ring and get this started. He looks definitely antsy tonight, like he can't wait to get in there.
All this animosity has been building between him and the Atomic Playboy that you just want to finish it in the ring. You want to settle the feud where it should be settled, inside that squared circle.
That's what we do here at New Heights Wrestling. Settle it in the ring.
Yes, and thank you for joining us for this main event. We have become such big fans of this company, and especially of Mike Facen, and I'm on the edge of my seat tonight, hoping that he takes down the Atomic Playboy.
He's a great representative for this company. You can see he's always in shape, ready to go. Referee holds the title up in the air for people to see.
Now, if you look at all the championship scenes, we've got Mike Facen in the heavyweight championship, Omkar, the newly crowned Pride champion, and Odensgaard sitting tall with those tag team championships.
Absolutely.
That's quite a Hall of Fame, quite a Mount Rushmore if I've ever seen it.
Absolutely. We got a lot of good talent here at New Heights Wrestling. I'm curious to see how this match is going to start off, you know? Are we going to take our time, get into some wrestling, or will they just go right at it?
Yes, this is the first rematch since Strokes has lost the title, so you almost want to see how he approaches this. He wants the taste of championship gold again.
Yeah. He's been there before. Like you said, maybe I was saying a new change of attitude.
Big collar and elbow tie up.
That's how we're going to start off.
Facen backing him up into the ropes. Being respectable, giving him that time. You know AJ would have gotten an elbow in, a knee in, some kind of cheap shot to one up his former friend.
Absolutely. He wants to get that championship gold around his waist again.
You can hear the crowd. Behind Facen, you can see it on AJ's face. He does not look happy.
Here we go.
Look at that deep collar and elbow tie-up. This time he was able to reverse Facen into the corner.
A little shove. Not quite what you were saying with the punch or kick, but a little shove just kind of let you know, hey.
It's always going to be something with Strokes. Facen, not one bit intimidated.
No, I almost wonder if it's a waste of time to try to go for that shove head games. If you're going to take a shot, why don't you try to take a shot?
No, right down to showing that strength.
Yeah.
And again.
Big power advantage by Mike Facen.
This has got to be disheartening for Strokes. It's like running up against a wall.
Oh, yeah, he's visibly frustrated right now. Taking that wrestler's time out, going outside in the ring, taking a break.
Claiming that he pulled his hair. I don't know if there's enough hair to pull there. Any excuse, though. He vowed he would win that championship back, and I think he's maybe getting the first hints that he might not be able to do it.
Yeah, right now he's arguing with the fans. He definitely seems frustrated after that last exchange. Be interesting to see what he comes up with now that he's stepping back in the ring. He changes the game plan or how he wants to go about this. Nice knee to the midsection. Load, again, shot in that midsection.
Fires him off into the ropes, holding onto those ropes. Strokes comes in, goes over the top.
Oh, man.
And that's what's tough when wrestling a former friend. You know his go-to moves, his tendencies.
Right now, Facen really showed him up with the power, and he out-slicked him there by ducking over and sending over those ropes. This is going to frustrate Strokes even more.
And it doesn't help for Strokes to be hearing the crowd behind his opponent. To his credit, though, he takes a couple minutes on the outside, collects himself, but steps right back into that ring.
He had to be equally, if not more, frustrated that time, but he didn't show it as much.
No, and getting that good advantage, getting that early kick to the stomach, firing him into the ropes, reversal.
Loves to attack that midsection.
Trying to copy Facen's move from before, but Facen a little too quick for him.
Work out, and the head games by Facen.
Scared him out to the floor. Got the children laughing in his face. This is all salt in the wound for AJ, and you got to wonder, at what point will this boil over for him? What point will the frustration cause him to, act out of sorts.
Yeah, maybe make a mistake, and that's what Facen probably wants. But Strokes, he's obviously frustrated, upset, but he's trying to put it together now. He's trying to think of what his next move's going to be.
He's very much viewing this as a chess game and not seeing these little victories as any kind of defeat, but as just minor setbacks.
Absolutely. Losing some battles, but that doesn't mean you have to lose the war. All right. See what he's going to have up here.
Big lockup again.
Oh, again the power by Facen.
Facen is just showing him up in all sides of the ring here. Going to the top rope. Facen gets right under him. Oh, big throw from the top. Landed right on his back. That hip area.
Woo!
Big backdrop.
And another backdrop. Strokes is in a lot of trouble.
I wonder at what point during this match is Strokes regretting asking for that rematch.
Maybe a big suplex coming up here.
Boot to the middle is holding him up in the air.
A
That
little delayed, yeah.
That blood running to his head.
Showing the people what power.
Oh, brings him down again.
Excellent form.
This match has pretty much been all Facen, would you say?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
2 count there, hooked the leg, had all that weight across the shoulders. Now Facen looking at Strokes like, all right, you're pulling one out on me here.
Oh, poke to the eye.
Oh, saying he's thinking hers. Oh, puts his head to that turnbuckle, rubbing his face on the ropes, getting that rope burn.
Yeah, going to his eyes again. This is the second time we've seen an opponent do this. Wrestlers love to attack the eyes on Facen. He doesn't have a lot of weaknesses, so they tend to go there.
And I think the problem was we kept counting Strokes out, but it was almost like he was lying in wait, deciding when to strike out. Punishing those eyes.
So Facen cannot see now. He's in a bit of trouble. Strokes putting it on him, attacking the back area. Oh, now the midsection. More stomps.
And ever since Strokes has gotten that advantage, he has not let up on it. Very wisely, too.
Facen is a lot of trouble right now.
Ooh.
Working on those hamstrings. Strokes is taking his time, methodically trying to pick Facen apart now that he has the advantage.
And especially with that height advantage that Facen has over him, it might be slight, but if you can neutralize that, that's another thing in your corner.
Wow. Knees to the lower back, now the midsection.
Facen does not look like he's in a good place right now.
He's getting a ton of knees right now, right towards his kidney area. Maybe the ribs, too. Oh, my goodness.
And the ref treating this with slightly playoff rules. Like, he's not letting anything go, but he's giving it a little bit of room, seeing how it plays out. Facen so close, gets those ropes.
And Strokes had a trapezius hold there.
No, shot to the stomach. Those are the kind of quick things you need to do to create that separation, but that knee upside his head, Strokes was on top of it.
Strokes in his head, talking to him while he's got him hurt.
Double underhook. Oh. Getting him those body shots. Wrist lock into the lariat.
Short arm clothesline. Very well. Well, that short arm clothesline might give Facen a little bit of room he needs. Looks like he's got control again. Nice knee drop.
Yeah, and I mean, we know there's nothing AJ Strokes would like. Oh, 1 count. There's nothing more AJ would like than to send this crowd home disappointed, but Facen does not have similar plans. Getting him to his feet, scoops him up. Big slam.
Yeah, absolutely. Leg drop. Hooks the leg. 2. Oh.
That was a good cover. He had the leg drop, had the weight spread across the body, especially with that punishment that you're putting on Strokes' back.
Yeah, Strokes was just not ready to be finished off there at the end of the day.
And these two know each other so well that right when the other is down, that's when he gets back up, it seems. We have another big slam.
Yes.
Strokes fighting his...
Way slam.
Strokes was trying to fight his way out of it, but did not get it in time. Facen got to go for that pin. 1, 2. I thought for sure he was done there. Facen keeping an eye on him. Big boot to the midsection, but Facen barely phased. Oh, is that a low blow?
He's definitely, big knee to the midsection.
If it wasn't a low blow, it was a perfectly timed blow because Facen on his knees, Strokes came in, delivered that quick knee, has him laid out.
Yeah, Strokes has been nailing those knee strikes today.
Knees from the second rope now. Knees to the midsection have been AJ Strokes' favorite song tonight.
Oh, yeah. And I'll tell you what, you're working on the air supply. You're just really weakening Facen at this point.
That's what he's hoping for. I mean, you could see Facen is built he looks like a champion in there.
Right. But see, what Strokes is doing, like boxing, you try to go for those good body shots so the head will open up. He's able to use those knees to the body, too, in wrestling. So it's a good strategy, but now Facen coming back.
Now, Strokes is just as powerful as Facen, but it's not as obvious through his body type. You can see it when he throws men around in that ring. That big kick to the head. You can see it when he's delivering knee strikes. Oh, another 2 count.
Yeah, both these men have had 2 counts at this point in the match, but neither one have really had their opponent in a position to put them away yet.
And I cannot praise Facen's covers enough. You've got the leg hook. You've got the weight spread across. He's got AJ on the top rope, but what are we looking for? A superplex.
Superplex.
Fall-away slam from the top. It's looking like the superplex. AJ sees it coming and
more like a super brain buster.
And he's sitting up, but I don't know how with it he is. He's back down. Both men taking damage off of that. Who will get to their feet or get to a pinning position first?
I don't know, face it, if he can make it over, he might have this match won. Strokes, that was a brutal maneuver he took.
Yeah, and he has taken Facen to the limit here tonight.
Yeah, crowd behind Facen, trying to get him involved, get him to that next level. And, here we go, they're trading punches. Back and forth. Strokes, midsection.
Oh, I thought he was going for the DDT, but he got backed up into the corner. Fired off into the ropes. Big kick.
Let's go. Facen firing up.
This is the Bulldog Bash 2022. Facen is not going to let the crowd go home disappointed. Stand up. Uranagi. 1, 2, 3. He retains the championship.
Wow. Emphatic win. Excellent job by Mike. Handled that, Facen.
Yes, Mr. Handle That. He has been on quite the run this last year. Leading up to getting the championship. Now he's in the process of defending it. And once again, I have to ask, who is next? Who else is on the horizon to take on Mr. Handle That for his heavyweight championship?
Well, that was an impressive performance. It's the kind of performance you want to see out of your champion. He took some punishment early on, weathered the storm. He showed, great strength, great cardio. He was always thinking in there. His wrestling IQ is top notch. This guy could be world champion for New Heights Wrestling for a long time.
Yeah, there is a reason he is our heavyweight champion, and the crowd thoroughly loves him. When they saw him win that championship at the 14th anniversary, they came unglued.
Excellent performance. Well done, Mike Facen. Honor to call your match tonight.
AJ Strokes looking on in defeat.
Yes, you got to go back to the game plan and maybe figure out what's next with AJ Strokes.
Look at him going around, seeing his fans in the crowd, the children coming up to him, children and adults alike are fans of this guy. But if you want to catch up with all the New Heights Wrestling on YouTube and Facebook, at NHW Pro on Twitter, and at New Heights Wrestling on Instagram.